idea of day one is the foundation. What are the principles, the frameworks, the theories underlying whole-scale change that differentiates it from all the other approaches that are out there? And how does one begin to think about that in a concrete way? As I said, if you believe ownership and commitment comes from involvement, then how do you do that, right? And what might that look like? And so day one is foundational, and you bring your own case. Bring your project, bring your case, bring an event or a meeting that you're thinking about doing. And on day one, we'll begin to talk about what are those activities and events, and how can we begin to help you actually apply the principles and the theories to something you've got going on in your own organization or in your own client system. Day two is about practice. How do you take the tools and what are the different kinds of things that you could do? How do you organize a conversation of 300 people?
About mechanics, you know, kind of in practicality terms, is how do you start to plan to make it real, and all the things that you have to do to operationalize a large group event such as that.
Yeah, and it's everything from how do you design the activity and the flow? How do you keep the energy alive in 300 or 400 people or 50 people, and all of the logistics and all the preparation?
You know, if you're an internal change agent, it also applies to you, because actually what it does is free you to be the change agent and the guide rather than having to be the know-all, right? And so it applies equally to both external change agents and internal change agents.
You'll leave with skills about how to design, how to leverage the wisdom of the organization to design the right meeting with conversations, and then importantly, how to facilitate. How do you stand in front of a group of 300 or 400 people and instruct them in the next activity in a way that has them saying, yes, that's the next best thing we should be doing. You're right, let's do it.
So day three is all about application. So day three will take whatever you've designed and planned for on day two, and you'll do a design, you walk out with a plan, whether it's some kind of complex problem solving or solution development or organization redesign, it really doesn't matter. So our intent is that day three is all about application.
If your case is an org design case, you have a design challenge or issue. If it's a strategy development or deployment situation, if it's a culture change situation, if it's reinventing the value chain, and we'll talk about special applications and examples. The beauty of having Mark and I together is our experience and breadth in doing all these things is pretty massive, you know, and we have cases and examples from our own work in probably every one of those application areas. So we'll be able to talk about what's unique about doing it in an org design. We have videos and examples and things like this that'll bring it to life for you. But day three is really about applications and special situations, and how do you not only think about an event, but think about a series of events, right, and conversations over time, because whole-scale change shouldn't be about one meeting. One meeting's a good start.
That's right.
Right, but it's not the process.
You can use whole-scale change not only for development, but you can also use whole-scale change as a methodology for implementation.
Right.
And it's quite profound. So, you know, Paul's reminder to us of thinking laterally, end to end, from start to finish, not just as an event, is critical. This is a great time for you to take a reflection and think about what new skills you're going to build for yourself in 2018.
Yeah, if you're a new consultant, you'll learn some models and some frameworks that will help, I think, make you a better, more powerful consultant in the new year. If you're an experienced consultant, it will add to your kit bag and your toolkit in ways that will give you some robust opportunities to think differently about the work with your own clients. You know, so you might, if you're interested in whole-scale change, and that becomes one of your priorities for this year, you can pick up the book and the toolkit, and we'll have them available actually in the workshop as well. So in the new year, if you're thinking about what could I do that would be interesting, fun, different, and empowering for me and my clients, join us.
Yeah, and this applies to internal change agents as well, human resources, Lean, Six Sigma. I will say this, here's our health warning. you take this workshop, you'll never look at your work the same way again. So the challenge is out. Come and change the way you think about the work you do.
If some of what you hear makes you uncomfortable, it's the perfect place to be in the new year. You know, paradigm shift doesn't come from your comfort zone.
Right.
It comes from pushing your comfort zone. And if some of what we're saying makes you uncomfortable or causes you to wonder, it's a perfect New Year's resolution to come join us and push your own thinking.